What's up, you guys? Welcome back. Today I'm super excited because we're gonna be doing a full face of first impressions using a bunch of new makeup that just dropped. I'm so excited because I feel like so many new things have been coming out, so I just keep doing these videos because I feel like it's the easiest way to be able to show you guys and do like little mini reviews and tests of each product that's coming out so you guys can see like what works and what doesn't. So if you guys like these kind of videos, be sure to give them a thumbs up so that way I know that you guys like them and I'll continue doing them. And also be sure to subscribe to my channel if you have not already. It'll be the first link right down below in the description box. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. First things first, we gotta pin the hair back. You guys already know, I always do this. All right, so the first thing that I want to try out is from La Roche-Posay. You guys can get this at Walgreens or Ulta, and this is the Double Repair Moisturizer. So I actually got the opportunity, it was really cool. I partnered with L'Oreal and I went to their headquarters and I got to go to like a dermatology, I always say that word wrong, dermatology, like a class basically all about dermatology with a dermatologist there. Ooh, this feels really nice. And she highly, highly recommended La Roche-Posay. So I basically am trying to like switch over to mostly all of their products for my skincare because basically she was explaining like I do have sensitive skin and it can kind of freak out if I use too many products. And she was basically explaining that with La Roche-Posay, like they use only the ingredients that they need. Like there aren't like filler ingredients and like all these other things in their products. Like really every ingredient that's in their products like needs to be in there. So she was basically explaining that it is like a really good skincare brand. And I was even more excited because it's not super expensive, because a lot of times I feel like dermatologists always like recommend things that are like super pricey, but this is definitely affordable. Like I said, Walgreens and Ulta. So this is the moisturizer that I'm trying out. She said it was really good for dry skin and it feels really, really nice on my skin. This is the first time that I'm trying it out, but it feels great actually. It doesn't feel like overly greasy, but it does feel like my skin is moisturized. There was a different one though that she recommended for people with oily skin. I can try and link it down below if I can find it online. I'll link this one for dry skin girls like me, and then I'll link an oily skin one that she recommended as well. It's like a different version of this. But yeah, they use like this special thermal water that comes from like this one small town in France, and like she basically went all into it and I was like, okay, I'm sold. Their products seem really dope. Up next for foundation, we're gonna try out the NARS Stick Foundation. I was going through my collection and realized that I never tried this. I know this isn't like brand new, but I didn't have like a super brand new foundation to try out, and I realized that I had never tried this, and it's not like that old, so we're gonna test it out today and see how I like it. It's the Velvet Matte Foundation Stick. I have the shade Punjab, so let's try it. So the one side is like the actual foundation part, and then the other side is like a little applicator. I'm not gonna use the applicator, I'm gonna use a beauty blender, but we're gonna try the actual foundation. Glides on really nice, especially for a matte foundation. I was a little nervous because sometimes like matte stick foundations can be difficult to blend. I don't really know how much of this I need. That looks good. And I'm just gonna go in with the dampened beauty blender and blend it out. Stick foundations honestly are so easy to apply, but I've never found one that I love. I do like the Hourglass stick foundation, like the Vanish. Yeah, that would be my favorite, but I don't like love it, but I like it. This one seems to be blending out pretty nicely and easily. I would definitely not say this is full coverage. It's definitely like light to medium, because I use like a lot of it, so I thought I used like almost a little too much, but I still would like it to be a little bit more coverage than it is, so I'm gonna go in with a little bit more. It does feel nice on the skin though, I'll give it that. So I'm gonna just layer it up, see how this. I feel like though, with like how much I'm using, like I would go through this pretty quickly. Yeah, okay, so it does build up. I just don't know that I would want to use that much foundation every day, you know what I mean? Like that was a lot of foundation. You know what, I'm actually looking at it now like at a mirror up close, and it actually looks really nice on my skin. So I do have to actually really give it that. Like, yeah, I did use a lot of it, but it actually looks like beautiful. Up next for concealer, I have the Bare Minerals Bare Pro Concealer. So if you guys watched my last video, or it wasn't my last video, but one of my more recent videos, I talked about how I love the Bare Minerals Bare Pro Powder, their powder foundation, obsessed with it. I really don't like the liquid foundation, so now I'm gonna try out the concealers and see, because I'm kind of like torn halfway down the middle of the Bare Pro kind of line, because I love one product and don't really like another. So I have medium warm and fair light neutral. I'm gonna start with fair light neutral because I like to do more like brightening on my under eyes, but then I have the other one if this is too light. Ooh, this feels so creamy and nice. Okay, this shade actually looks to be pretty good. Wow, this feels so creamy. I hope it doesn't crease, because sometimes really creamy concealers can crease, but it feels very nice on my under eyes, so I have to give it that. All right, now let's blendy blend. this out. Ooh, I actually, looks nice. I just, like I said, really hope it doesn't crease, but it looks pretty nice. I like it. Now I'm gonna go in and set it with some of the Reserve Your Cabana from Wet n Wild. You guys know I always use this on my under eyes. So I'm gonna set it and we're just gonna hope that it doesn't crease because I actually really like the way that this looks on my under eyes. It looks really nice. And it blends it out super easily too. So we go set it down and we're gonna hope for the best. Moving on to brows, I'm a little nervous for this, but I'm excited. These are from Flower Beauty. These are new and these are their Brow Vixen Tattoo Effect Stain. So they're like actually like look like a marker, but they're basically supposed to like tattoo on your brows. So I have two shades. I have taupe and then I have soft brown. I think I'm gonna start with soft brown, then I might do taupe in the front. We're gonna have to see how this goes, but I'm gonna just go in and like start to fill in my brows with this and see what it looks like. I'm very nervous, to be honest with you guys. Oh, okay. At first I thought it was gonna be like Sharpie, but it's totally not like that at all. Especially because it's a really fine tip. It's actually pretty nice. A lot easier to work with than I anticipated. I'm definitely gonna have to go in with like concealer though to clean it up a bit, because it can go a little bit outside of the lines. It looks best on the areas that I have actual hair. Like on the areas of my skin where I don't have hair, it looks kind of weird. Where like with a regular pencil, you can basically make it look the same. That's not really the case with this one. This is definitely a very interesting product. I don't love it, but I also don't hate it. I think if you have full brows and you have like a lot of brow hair to begin with, this would be great. For me, since I have some areas that are very sparse that I literally just have to draw in because I don't have any hair, you can definitely tell the difference between like where you do have hair and where you don't with this product. So I'm gonna go in with a little bit of another pencil, but I do like it. Like it looks very natural, it looks really nice. It was way easier to work with than I thought it was gonna be, but I just need to go in with the second product just to fill in the areas where I don't have hair. I just grabbed my Anastasia Brow Wiz and I'm just gonna, it's really like just this area right here that needs to be filled. All right, so this brow is done. Obviously, you can tell the huge difference between my brows, and I feel like it actually looks really, really good. So I honestly really like these two products combined with each other. Like I said, if you just have full natural brows, you have hair everywhere that you want to have hair on your brows, then you can probably get away with just using this. If you have areas that are super sparse, I would say you are gonna have to go in with a bit of a pencil, but I'm really impressed. I really like it, and I feel like my brow looks pretty bomb today, so I'm gonna go do the same thing on this side. I'm just gonna use these two together, and we'll be right back. All right, now that our brows are done, we're gonna move on to the eyes. There are two different palettes that I wanted to test out today and I couldn't choose between them, so we're gonna use a combo of both. The first one is the NARS Airdem palette. This is the Fleur Fatale palette. I thought this one was super, super pretty, so I wanted to dive into this, and the packaging is like goals. Love it. And then I also wanted to test out the MAC Patrick Star little spring palette. So I'm just gonna use a combo of like shadows from both. So I'm first gonna start with the Patrick Star palette. I'm gonna go in with this mauve shade right here in my crease. I haven't used like mauves like this on my eyes in a while, but they are such pretty colors to work with. Wow, this is pigmented. I went in with a little much, but we'll blend it. It's honestly been a while since I've used MAC shadows as well, and they're just literally like so amazing. But I feel like every, you know, company is coming out with like palettes, so I'm always trying like new palettes and stuff. But I do have like my own palette that I made of like just little pans from MAC, and they're like some of the best shadows. I need to use them more often. Continue on with that same shade on the other side, obviously. Then I'm gonna jump into this matte shade in the NARS palette. For this one, we're gonna pack it into the crease, but also onto the outer corner of our eye to really smoke it out. So I'm actually not gonna bring it all the way in my crease, about halfway or so. And then, like I said, we're gonna smoke out this kind of corner section, the outer corner of our eye, with this shade as well. Now jumping back into the MAC Patrick Star, I'm gonna go in with this shade all over my lid. And I'm gonna spritz my brush with a little Fix Plus. Just gonna pack this. Ooh, oh my God, how pretty. Love this pink shade. I used to be so scared to wear pink eyeshadow because I did it once when I was like younger, like I was in like 7th grade, and I had like bright pink shadow all over my lid, and then everyone at school was like, oh my God, do you have pink eye? So I like didn't wear pink shadow for the longest time after that. Oh my gosh. Little me in 7th grade experimenting with like neon makeup from Claire's. Then to highlight back into the NARS palette, we're gonna go in with this light highlight shade, and we will pop this on the brow bone. Ooh, this is so pretty. I'm gonna put a little bit of that in my inner corner as well. And then for the lower lash line, I'm gonna do this purpley shade. I'm trying to use as many shades as I can, but this should still look okay. Smoke it out. I don't have any new liner, so I'm just gonna go in with this one from Makeup Forever real quick and just do a thin line on my lid for my liner. For a mascara today, we are gonna use the new Milk Makeup Kush Mascara. Apparently they used hemp oil in this instead of, I think beeswax is the normal ingredient that is used in mascaras to kind of like bond everything together. But if a mascara is vegan, then you can't use beeswax. So that's why they used the hemp oil. So this is a vegan mascara. So we're gonna try it. The packaging is actually really cute. It's like a silver, it's very heavy. Like it feels heavy, but it feels like luxurious, I guess. It's definitely like a thicker consistency mascara, which I don't mind. A lot of times like when mascaras are too liquidy, I feel like they don't do anything. This one is definitely a bit thicker. And it seems to actually be coating my lashes pretty well. The mascara one is really big though, so I honestly probably will not use this on my lower lashes because I like very little brushes on my lower lashes. I feel like this would go everywhere if I tried to use it down there. But for my upper lashes, it actually looks pretty good. This mascara is though, the more I layer it up, getting a little bit clumpy. So you just have to keep like running it through your lashes to make sure that they're not getting like all clumped up. All right, so my lashes are decent with that mascara, but I want them to be more voluminous. So I'm gonna check out these new lashes. These are from Salon Perfect. You guys know I love their lashes. They came out with a new style. This is the Demi Cluster. They don't look very long, but they do look really pretty, so I'm gonna try them out. All right, so I'm just gonna pop this bad boy on. These are actually really pretty. Like they're not like overdone. Like they don't really do like too much. They're more on the natural side, but they just like amp it up a little bit, which I think they're really nice. Like obviously I'm more so like long, wispy, full, like everything with lashes, but like for a more natural look, I think these are really pretty. All right, so now that our eyes are done, we're gonna move on to the face. We're first gonna try a new bronzer, and this is the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Bronzer. So I don't know, I've never really felt like bronzer emphasizes my pores, but we're gonna try it out. I do really like their Bye Bye Pores powder, so I feel like I'll probably like the bronzer. Ooh, it's a pretty shade. Ooh, it smells really nice. It smells like coconutty, like, I don't know, it just smells like summer to me. Like it reminds me very much of summer. I feel like a lot of like summertime products have that scent of coconut. I like this. It looks very natural and pretty. It blends out easily as well. For my blush today, I'm gonna go into the Urban Decay Sin Afterglow Highlighter and Blush Palette. This looks so pretty. So we have actually bronzers, highlighters, and blushes in here. I'm gonna mix together Spotlight and Score as my blush today. And just pop that. Oh, that's so pretty. I like more subtle blushes, but these are very pretty. For highlight, I'm super excited. Laura Geller came out with these new illuminating drops. So these are like liquid highlight drops. And this one is in Gilded Honey. You guys know I love like their baked gelato swirl, like powder highlight in Gilded Honey. So they came out with this. I'm gonna swatch it for you guys because I have swatched this on my hand. I'm gonna shake it up first. But I swatched this on my hand and I was like, oh my God, beautiful. So I haven't used it on my face yet. I'm just gonna drop some on my hand and show you guys like how stunning and beautiful. Like I'm gonna put this like all over my body in the summer. Like that is so pretty. So we're gonna apply it to our face. So what I'm gonna do with this is I'm actually going to apply it to the tip of my beauty blender. I'm gonna do 2 drops. And I'm just gonna use the beauty blender to tap it onto my cheeks. So pretty. Love it. Then on this side, I'm gonna try and just apply it to my cheeks myself. Like this. And I'll just use my finger to tap it out and see if that makes a difference. Ooh. Yes, okay, so when you use your finger, it's more pigmented. I think I had like a little bit of concealer still left in my beauty blender, so it came out like a little bit different because it was like the concealer mixing, but it makes it a little bit more subtle. Where if you tap it out with your finger, it's a bit more like blinding. I also think it would be really nice to actually add like a couple drops of that into your foundation, like in the summertime. That'd be pretty too. And I am gonna set that highlight, so I'm gonna go back into that Urban Decay palette, and I'm gonna go in with Sin and just use that over top to set it. Ooh, those two together are really pretty. How pretty are those two mixed together? I am obsessed. Last but not least, for our lips, I wanna test out this new guy. This is from Pop Beauty. This is actually a collab with a YouTuber. Her name is Meg, I believe Cahill. I threw out the box and I had a picture of her and she was beautiful. But yeah, this is their permanent pout and she came out with the shade Pale Baby. It looks like such a pretty pink mauve shade, which is like my fave kind of shades. So we're gonna use this on our lips today. Ooh, yes. Love this color. Oh my God, it smells really good too. This kind of has the coconutty smell too, like the bronzer. Huh. Oh wow, this shade is beautiful. These are like my favorite kind of lip shades, by far. And then last but not least, I want to test out this new lip gloss. These are from Tarte and these are their H2O glosses. This shade just looks so pretty to me. This is Sandy Toes. So I'm gonna use this as my topper. And look at how cute this packaging is too. Like I love the top. So just gonna put this right over top. Oh my God. How pretty. Wow, this is a really nice gloss. Obsessed. So yeah, you guys, that is everything. I hope you guys did enjoy this full face first impressions. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel before you guys leave today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye.